All right. So, real quick tonight, as you can tell, I'm in my Netflix sweats. And my hair is really bad right now. It's just gonna be a thing. Um, I also seem to be a little skewered on camera. Anyway, I'm askew. Sorry about that. Perhaps I could move the camera a little bit. Anyway, hopefully you can see me okay when we go through the poses. I'm going to go through um, your basic poses again. So it's been a while, but also if you're just joining us, my Patreon channel or sorry, I can't talk tonight. This is also why I do them during the day. I get tired at night. So my Patreon page and my YouTube, I like to go back and kind of go through the fundamentals for folks that are just joining us. And these are both for folks who have any kind of chronic condition, sore back, sore knees, hip replacements, advanced age. You don't, sometimes a totally fit 30-year-old instructor without any conditions or aches and pains of a middle-aged person. Sometimes they don't always get age-related stuff, trauma to the body. Sometimes they don't. That might not be the best instructor for you. Okay. So what we do is you want to start out with a sturdy chair. Again, make sure it has cushion chair is good. And I know everyone has their favorite chair, but it needs to be sturdy. I like this sturdy wooden chair. This because you want a straight back. You don't want to use a chair that has any arms to it. Straight back, firm seat. And what we do, because we're going to use this for our balancing poses until you can progress to where you can use your balance. And even when you get to the point where you can do some of the poses without the assistance of a chair, there are days when you're still going to need it around because sometimes with your balance, that can be the first that you want to, it's one of those things you have to work on every day. You lose it very quickly. So we're halfway up on the seat of the chair. Your back is going to be about 6 inches or so from the back of the chair. We're halfway up on the chair. And our feet are on the ground. And our hands are in our laps and our back is straight. Be sure and put those shoulders back. Relax yourself. Now, when I say body scan, what I'm saying is, all kinds of instructors, I look crooked myself today, and I don't think that was camera. Maybe I have some imbalance going on. I call a body scan, and instructors call a lot of different things, but you want to check in with yourself. Where are you tight in your body? Where are your thoughts? A huge part of yoga is meditation, and I'll get into that in the next piece of this, but right now I want to show you some basic poses and how we start out in this class. So, it's especially designed for folks with bigger doshas. As you can see, I am not a small person. I'm not a small instructor. I'm not a young instructor. I'm a middle-aged instructor. And so you can tell, again, find the right instructor for what it is that will benefit your body the most. Okay. Anyway, the body scan, sorry. So start out, top of your head. Think about relaxing your muscles in your head and your neck. My shoulders are back. My spine is straight. I have a little bit of a pelvic tilt. I'm going to relax the muscles in my shoulders. I'm going to relax my arms, kind of shake them out a little bit. This will reduce some of the tension. I'm using a different camera, so I might have my audio not totally matching up to my video, but the camera on my laptop is really getting grainy, and so my audio might not match up, and it might, I don't know, but you can follow along. Alright, so we're shaking our arms out, get some of the tension out of our arms. I'm gonna take a deep breath in, a deep diaphragmatic. When you take a deep diaphragmatic breath in, that raises up your chest, stretches it out. Push that muscle all the way out. Deep breath in, all the way out. Alright, gonna relax my back muscles. Just think about them. Are they tight? Where am I tight at? Where am I sore? And scan your whole body all the way down to your feet. Okay. And try to relax your whole body, kind of shake it out a little bit. Get all the tension out of you. Okay. And again, you can do these poses a little bit longer than what I'm going to show you. Can you do them for a less amount of time? It's all about progression, and it's about more than anything. It's not about me showing you yoga. It's about you teaching you doing yoga, not yoga doing you. Okay, that's another reason that I'm a non-traditional instructor, because you want to make that relationship with your body, and I can't tell you how that, I can only give you the fundamentals, but it's about you doing yoga and your relationship with yoga and meditation. You need to find, you're going to find your own journey. So we're imperfect. We all have a starting point. There are certain poses that usually an advanced pose that is not beneficial to a person with a larger body, not initially, okay? So if you were just to go into your general, I don't say general, but your average, go find a yoga studio somewhere, that might not be the kind of yoga that works for you starting out, and then you get discouraged and you don't go. After a few months, you'll notice the benefits right away today. After a few months of doing yoga, you're going to see a pronounced difference in how your body and your mind feel. And after a few months, you like it so much that then you're just going to do it forever. So it's it just gets you because it's so good for you. Your body likes it. That's why you've been doing it for thousands of years. All right, so our back is straight. We're halfway up in the chair. Our feet are flat on the floor. Another deep breath in. And relax. I'm going to take a nice, big, sweeping arm raise here. All the way up. Nice and easy. All the way back as far as you can. Make a big old circle. One more time. Inhale as we go up. Exhale as we go down. Loosen this up. Okay. We're going to start stretching out a little bit here. Okay, we're going to do some shoulder rolls. And again, you can see it looks like it's my right, but it looks like my left. And so remember, I'm facing you. So if I get messed up, just remember to do the other side, because it happens to both of us. Video is real challenging. Okay, so we're going to roll our shoulders. Raise them up and down. Nice. All the way up. Roll back. Let's go forward. Bring your arms straight out. All the way out. And it feels like some folks are on this side and this side. And they're pulling you apart in half. Excuse me. Stretch those arms all the way out. This stretches out your neck muscles, your shoulder muscles. Stretch those arms as far as you can. Flatten your arms, straighten out your elbows. Stretch them out, stretch. Good job. All right. Now we're going to bring our arms back. All the way back. Keep your palms facing forward. Bring your chest up. Push your arms back. Look up a little bit. Push your shoulder blades together. And tilt your chin up. Remembering to breathe here. Good. that was mountain pose. If you were to do a standing mountain pose, it looks exactly like that, only you're standing. Alright. When you're standing up, your legs are going to be hip width apart. And this will tell you otherwise. Sorry about the lighting of my clothes. I'm just sorry about the way I look tonight. Okay, the bad haircut, just, you know, you can just go like this if you want and just listen. I don't mind. Alright, so if you were doing a standing mountain pose, it would look just like that. Remembering to breathe, bring your chest out. Push your shoulder blades together. Your first time starting out too, before you go into mountain pose, if you are experiencing a stiff neck, you're going to bring your ear to your shoulder and then push that palm down. Stretch out your neck. Try to put your ear on your shoulder without raising your shoulder up. And then repeat on the other side. Put your ear to your shoulder. Push palm down. Stretch your neck out. Alright. And you can, let's take our chin to our shoulder also. And hold here. Let's do the other side. Remember to breathe here. A very important stretch and pose that you should do every day, seated. And again, I would encourage you to start out in a chair if you have a bigger bigger body type, I should say. I keep saying dosha. To start out in a chair, particularly if you have trouble getting up and down off the floor. You'll get to that. But right now, you can get the same benefits from using the chair for stability and balance. One of the most important poses that you can do on the floor and seated is the spinal twist. It's like you're going to do twister, but you're not. The spinal twist will lengthen your spine, and the muscles around your spine are really tight, and it will lengthen your spine and reduce some of the tension in the muscles. So seated would look something like this. Your knees are together, and we're just going to gently take your back of your chair, and we're just going to put this hand on our opposite thigh here, and we're going to twist the top of our body to one side. Now you can bring your arm to the back of your chair so you get more of a stretch. But your knees are facing forward, and the top part of you, the top of your core is facing this direction. You should feel this twist in your back muscles. And now we're going to do the other side. And again, I'm just going to grab the back of my chair and carefully twist the top of me around. If you were sitting on the floor, you would have your knees drawn in, one leg crossed over the other, and you would have your elbow on your outside knee. And then you would very gently look behind you and place this back hand on the floor behind your right hip. I could show you that one, but I want to show you some other ones. Okay, so your spinal twist, you almost notice an immediate difference there. But it's important to understand that because You might have a larger dose. Um, you are doing yoga. You are officially a yogi. You are doing yoga. There is no difference between what we're doing and going to a yoga class and doing the very same poses. And feel free to Google and Pinterest or whatever. There's a bazillion sites out there. Make sure you pick a good one. But to look at the basic poses, and you'll see that we're simply doing them seated. We're just adapting them to a seated as we work on our balance and our muscle imbalances. That's the other thing too, is if you just start out in a heavy duty, high level, progressive yoga class and you still need to work on your balance, you could fall over and get injured. You could, yoga should never hurt. You want to, if you hold a pose 5 seconds longer than you did yesterday, then you've made a progression. Another one I want to show you that's really good for the shoulders. We're going to bring your palms up, just like this. Now, we're going to bring our elbows back, and again, your shoulder blades are going to go together, and your chest will come up. This is cactus pose. Also in yoga, it's important to, after holding a pose, that you want to kind of segue into a pose that's more of a counter posture, so that you get a full range of motion. So what we're going to do is go from cactus into eagle. We're going to place one elbow on top of another and interlace your fingers. If you want to start out by simply bringing one elbow on top, let me show you this one sideways. It looks like this. So you would bring one elbow on top of the other. Good starting point is right here, particularly if you have tight shoulders like I literally do all of the time, because of the way I sleep. I don't know why I sleep in the fetal position. I'm kind of old for that, but so you feel the tension releasing out of your shoulders here. I don't usually talk this much, but I want to explain it. Now we're going to progress to the point that we can interlace our fingers. And you can start out simply interlacing your thumbs. And so this is an important one that you always want to make sure, all of them, that you do them on both sides. So you'll bring the other elbow on top of that. This side, I'm very tight tonight, I apologize. I'm not showing this very well, but so all I can muster is grabbing one thumb, which I guess is me being tight is a good way to show you how it looks when you're tight. And then I'll progress out of this. We're going to hold this here. This is an eagle pose. Top half of the eagle pose. If you were to do the bottom half of the eagle pose, which with my bad hips I cannot do, but you would, excuse me, you would cross your legs and then you would tuck this foot behind this calf. That's the bottom half of the eagle pose, but like I said, I have bad hips and I cannot do that, and I shouldn't do that. So, that's your eagle, your cactus. Push up the shoulders. Hopefully you're already noticing a difference in the spinal twist, which is actually pose. So we've worked on top of us a little bit, and there's plenty more that I will show you again, but I want to show you some basic poses rather to get into all kinds of stretching, because then you don't feel like you've done many yoga poses, right? So I'm going to show you the basic pose, some basic poses. A good one for your lower back, your stiff glutes, your hip flexors. Now, if you get a bigger dosha, again, if you have a bigger body like I do, you're going to want to, and it's important for stability, it's okay to spread your legs a little bit, okay? That helps us with our stability as we progress on some of these poses. So we're going to also, as a follow-up too, I can show you how we use straps. I can do one on that too. If you need to use your strap, what you would do right now is take your strap around your ankle, and you're going to bring your leg up here until it rests comfortably. And again, if you need to separate your legs, that's okay. So, and I'm very stiff tonight, so this is probably a good time for me to do it. I don't know why. It's really cold outside. My arthritis is killing me. I'm very stiff tonight. I've been complaining a lot about my arthritis in my hips and my lower back. You know, I'm almost 60, and you know, I've not been gentle on my body over the years. Had some accidents and stuff like that. So, I literally have to do it every day, and I do feel like sometimes I'm starting from scratch, even though I literally could do it for 5 days, you know. So that's a middle-aged thing, and that's me and my issues. I know if I hadn't started doing yoga, the conditions of my condition of my hips, I wouldn't hardly get around at all. Okay, but enough about all that. So we have our leg crossed here. So your ankle's right behind your knee. Okay. You're gonna wait till we stretch out this glute right here. Now, very carefully bring yourself forward, just the top half view. Hinge forward at the hip. Extend your arm out. The same arm as the same side as you have crossed over. So I have my left leg crossed over, and I have my left arm extended out. Bring your fingertips towards me, as far as you can. Reach forward. A little bit more. Remember to hinge forward at the hips. And we're going to bring this arm up. Hinge backwards on your hips. Very carefully come back. Bring the arm all the way up. Right here. Stretch. All the way up. Bring it down. And exhale. Now, it's also okay, because this is it's really bad right now, and I'm sorry I'm complaining. But you can pick that leg up. Okay, I do it all the time. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Use your strap as needed. If you use your strap, though, you want to bring it right above your ankle. You don't want to try to pick your leg up behind your knee. You want to use your strap behind your ankle. The other thing, too, is make sure that you don't have one joint on top of another joint. You don't want to stack your joints ever. One way to get your circulation going into your feet and to strengthen your ankles is to do ankle rolls while you're seated. If you don't have your legs crossed, you can just do calf raises seated. And go the other way. This also strengthens your Achilles tendon. As we all know, we probably know somebody or saw it on TV. Literally one of the most painful things you can do to yourself. You do not want to tear an Achilles tendon. If you're experiencing cold feet, a little bit of circulation issues, you can very gently kind of tap on the bottom of your foot. And you can push very gently on the top of your foot, right at the base of your toes, and push down. This will stretch out the top of your foot. Now I have to go to the other side because I should have done this on the first. I was trying to mentally stack which poses I wanted to do. So push on the bottom of your foot. Bring the top of your foot towards you. One more time. Push on the bottom of your foot. Push those toes down. All right. Let's do that right quick on the other side. Ankle rolls here. Clockwise or counterclockwise, as long as you remember to go the other way. Ooh, that one don't want to do much tonight. But yeah, it's my left. All right. Push down top of your foot. stretch out the top of your foot. Oh my God. Bottom of your foot. Push up. I have my hand right at the bottom of my toes and I'm pushing up. Again, tap, 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 tap. Nice and easy. You can also, not super hard, you don't want to wrap on yourself, but you can kind of go like that a little bit, and that'll increase your circulation into the bottom of your feet. And I have feet like a horse, so I can really wrap on mine, but alrighty. And we'll talk about too, not only with the straps, but starting out, it's also beneficial to have some yoga blocks. And if you don't have yoga blocks, you can use stacks of books, but make sure they're hardcover and sturdy, and you want 2 stacks that are the same height. All right. One of the most important, let's do a little hip roll here, because now I'm kind of feeling it. We'll just bring this up, and we'll just roll the hip out, and then we'll roll the hip in. One of the most important basic poses, there's several, and they're all very, very beneficial, right? So, there's 3 variations of warrior pose. Warrior pose and downward facing dog literally are the 2 that will benefit your whole body the most. I guess I'm very stiff tonight. That looks terrible, but I'm very stiff, I'll admit it. All right, so there's 3 variations, and also child's pose. There's 3 variations of warrior pose, okay? I'm going to show you the basic seated warrior pose right now. I would prefer that you do it the way that is most comfortable for you while you're seated, and then we'll work on a standing warrior pose, because we're going to work on balance before we do a standing warrior or standing tree. So, as we know, your warrior pose looks like this. Extend your leg out, and we're going to take this foot, so you can't see my foot, but I'm going to point that in this direction just a little bit. And we don't want to hyperextend our knee past our ankle. This foot is planted behind me. And then we simply stretch our arms out as far as we can. Extend your arms out. Look in the direction of your the knee that you have bent. Stretch yourself out as far as you can. So that's what your warrior pose looks like, right? If you're standing. So you can do it on the side of the chair, or you can do it on the front of the chair. And I'm going to show you both, and you can decide which works better for you. All right, so if you're in the front of your chair, it's going to look something like this. You're going to have your front leg is the one that's going to be bent at the knee. Your back leg is going to be extended out. All right? Make sure that your back is straight, and then you're secure in your chair. And then extend your arms as far out as you can. Like something like that. And hold here, remembering to breathe. Now, if you are still feeling like, for me, the side of the chair makes me feel more secure. So I use the side of the chair. And we'll use, the side of the chair, the back leg will be the extended side. All right. Bring it back as far as you can. This leg will be extended, or I'm sorry, your back leg's extended. Front leg's bent at the knee. When you feel ready, see how that feels? If you're secure in your chair. Something like this. Square it off a little more so I look more straight. It would look something like that. Or the easiest way, I should show, this is better for me. So my front leg is my left leg right now, which is bent at the knee. My back leg is extended back. You do something like this. Very same benefit, the very same pose. And you can also go to the side. Keep those arms extended out and level if you can. Remembering to breathe, you're facing the direction of your bent knee. So your warrior pose, basically, your beginning warrior pose looks like that. So that's an important one. We'll work on that. Another really super important, very beneficial pose, literally you will do it every day you do yoga, is downward facing dog. Doing it on the floor, if you're just starting out, do it on the chair. You'll progress to the point you'll be able to do as many poses on the floor as you'd like. And you can get, again, the very same benefits using a chair as you would if you were doing downward dog on the floor. All right. Make sure this is why you want to start your chair. So, obviously we're not going to touch the floor. We're going to use the chair and put our palms about halfway in the middle of the chair. Once you're secure, back your legs up. And again, separate your legs a little bit. It's okay to spread your legs here. In fact, you'll get a better stretch. Separate your legs a little bit, bring them back, and bring your hips out. Very carefully drop your head down. Bring your hips up. Bring those legs back. You should be feeling this in your hamstrings, the back of your legs, your lower back. Kind of let your head go between your shoulders. And you can even see if that feels good to you. And it's like, oh, I can go, Then bring your hips up and your feet back some more. If you want to go into a deeper stretch, you bring your feet back and your hips up. Make sure you're sturdy on your chair though. Let your head drop down between your shoulders. Come up nice and easy. Alright, now the last one I'm going to show you right now is, because I don't want to flood you with too many basic poses, and I'll do another follow-up to this. I haven't been very good about progressing my classes anyways, because I get on a certain condition or something I want to remember to tell people, and then I do a whole class on, these are the ones you do if you have this, these are the ones that you do if you have these. The last one I'm going to show you tonight is child's pose. Again, we've done several poses tonight. You're officially a yogi, right? So we're going to do another very beneficial one for lower back is child's pose. Child's pose on the floor, which I will show you, looks like this. Yes, such a bad. So your child's pose looks something like this. And you can either cross your arms or extend your arms out. And again, spread your legs again as needed. So, excuse me. So, child's pose in a chair looks exactly the same. So, if you want to start out, having your elbows just cover the seat of the chair. That's a good starting point. If you want to cross you'll get more of a stretch if you cross your arms and kind of rest your head on your arms. Excuse me. Come up nice and slow. So, hopefully that was helpful a little bit. Now we'll make another one that's kind of a sequel to that as we do more poses. Some stretches and then we'll do like a forward fold. And again, to do a forward fold, stretch out the lower back and hold that pose to strengthen the lower back. If you're new to a seated forward fold, I would encourage some blocks or some, couple stacks of books. Mountain, cactus, downward dog, child's pose. What am I forgetting? I forgot one already. Eagle. All right. So there's a few of these. There's several more, and I'll split that into another. And as always, a really important part of your yoga practice is the pranayama, the breathing. Your meditative breathing, deep breathing, your pranayama part of your practice, your yoga practice. There are so many, and it does take practice like anything else. There are so many benefits, so many benefits to deep breathing practice. Can lower your heart rate, your blood pressure. I could go on and on. Helps train your lungs to breathe better, and so on. So, I encourage you to, read a book on. It's hard to do over video for me anyway. I'm going to show you some basics, and at the end of the class, we always finish with 15 minutes of 5-10 minutes of meditation. What you want to do is try to bring your brain to a very easy spot that you enjoy. Sunlight, laying in the grass, just having the sunlight of spring. Close your eyes and you're laying in the meadow. Focus on not so much walking through that meadow, but laying face down in the grass with your eyes closed. Make sure your body's relaxed here. And your shoulders are back. You can bring your hands into a soft mudra if you want to. Deep breath in. All the way up. Really slowly. Deep breath in. Exhale slowly, a little bit at a time. Inhale it through the count of 2. And exhale on the count of 2. Close your eyes, make sure your body is relaxed. Think about laying in the meadow. Breathe normally here. Something else tries to enter, push it away. Relax the muscles in your face. Relax the muscles in your neck. Loosen your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Feel your chest going up and down. Sink your feet into the floor. They should be feeling heavy now. Legs are getting heavy. Feel the grass on your feet. Remembering to breathe here. Keep your eyes closed. Namaste.